and I get to the church, and the way the church was like youth group was in the basement and the sanctuary was up here, but the narthex was like had stairs and it was like a kind of nether region, right? It was like the in-between, So I just sat on the steps. Like I couldn't I was so ashamed at that episode that had just happened and by my thoughts and all of this stuff. I was just in this state of like utter confusion. Is it Dostoevsky? Who says that when you look into the abyss looks back into you? Is it Nietzsche?
It sounds like Nietzsche. I'm not sure.
That was what it was like. I couldn't bring myself to go downstairs. I just sat on the steps and I started to sob my eyes out. Nobody was around. And I had this vision of the abyss and I was looking straight into it. And it was like on the outside, everything looked good. I was, cool, funky artist in the 90s in New York, like very much aware of that kind of persona of mine. And on the inside, it was just like annihilation. I had no reason to live or die. I had no reason to sleep with somebody or not sleep with somebody. I had no reason, boys or girls, didn't matter. Like I had no reason for anything in life. So I'm sitting there sobbing, looking over the abyss, and one of the youth leaders comes up and sees me, a mess. And he literally just sits down next to me and he just stays with me. He doesn't say a word. We must have sat there for half an hour. I'm just bawling my eyes out. He's just letting me cry. And then finally he says, people are going to start coming up here in a minute. Do you want to go in the sanctuary? So we go in there. Again, he just lets me cry and cry and cry. And finally, he said 4 words to me. Do you want Jesus? And it was like, keep in mind too, this is not the 4 spiritual laws. This is not catechism. This is not a sermon. This is, do you want Jesus? And it was like everything in me like rushed together into this, I don't know, it just rushed together. And all of a sudden out of my mouth came, yes.